Where am I? Mila.
Hey there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you feeling?
I'm all right. But where are we?
This is Balin's residence.
Who's that?
My cousin. You know, the one in Elympios. I could have sworn I mentioned him before.
So that must mean...
We made it to Elympios!
Rise and shine. How are you feeling?
Not bad.
I'm fine. Balin, I presume?
Yep, aka the guy who saved your butts. Not that it was a dramatic rescue or anything. Running into you was pure luck. Feel free to shower me with gratitude, though.
Sure. Hey, Balin, don't we seem, strange to you?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm surprised you recognize me. It's been 20 years.
That's Uncle's gun, huh? You should thank him for it.
It's a little tricky thanking the dead.
Oh, right. Good point. Huh, where is it?
Your cousin sure is interesting.
He's an odd bird, even for Elympios.
You looking at my leg?
No.
Jude.
Don't worry about it. Childhood mishap. Calibration complete.
Balin, stop.
Why?
Hey, that's...
I didn't think folks from the other side would have seen one of these before.
A Spyrix.
Hold your horses.
Huh?
Life would be a drag without it. Literally. Oh, you're probably all starving. Why don't you mosey around while I whip something up? It's your first time on this side, after all.
And with that, welcome everybody back to Let's Play Tales of Xillia. We have arrived here in Olympios.
I'm hungry.
And
if you don't
Elise
eat
is
the rock, you'll never
interrupting
run
my
like Elympios.
intro with their bazonga talk. Anyways, in the last episode, we finally reunited with Mila, or Jude if you're playing with me in Mila's story. We're here in Olympios, and, well, we've already met a character. We've already met Alvin's cousin, Balin. He's the one that found us. If you recall in the last episode, Maxwell had sent us to a different dimension. Well, he ended up whisking us away here in Olympios. But first we have a skit here. Reunited. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it.
Is it really you?
Do I look like someone else?
No. You're Mila, all right.
And yourself? You seem different from last I saw you.
Really?
A little bit. Looks like you grew up without me.
Could be. It doesn't change who I am, though. It's good to see you again.
Same to you.
That gets really heartwarming now that, the whole gang's back together again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yes, we're here in Olympios. That little minor cut was me saving. I was doing the save at this point because, well, recording had been going on for an hour at this point. But we have another skit here. Mila's return. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
Oh, it is you. I'd never forget what these feel like.
Stop it, Tipo. Let go.
No, it's what you get for making us worry. That's right. I want a hug too. Leave some room for me.
Even you, Leia?
No point trying to fight it.
Fine. I surrender. I'm sorry for what I put you all through. That includes you, Alvin.
That's really not necessary.
No need to be coy, or Mila won't let you into the group hug.
What, you plan on joining in too?
I don't mind.
Very well, then.
And I'm out.
I really like that one. But right here is footage from Mila's story.
Your mana lobe is crazy developed.
Is it?
You can just look at her and tell that?
Yeah, totally. When you build it up, your face gets all defined and smart looking.
I have trouble believing that.
So you think my face is stupid looking?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
It is possible. I too felt that my face became more defined after I started channeling spirits. Perhaps the part of the brain that houses the mana lobe also controls the facial muscles.
Rowan, you're buying into this nonsense?
Then maybe the reverse is true. If we were to strengthen our facial definition, maybe our mana lobes would grow stronger.
That could very well be. Let's give it a try.
Tipo, you can't just lie to people all the time like that. Okay, I'm sorry.
I've never seen prank victims with such strikingly well-defined faces before.
I love that one too. That one appeared right when I loaded up my file for Mila's story. That one was called Yoked Out Mana Lobes. That's one you get for defining Mila. You get Mila to a certain level. That's what happens. But if you come up here and talk to Balin, he kind of just tells you, says, go mosey on around town right now. You're in a new world. Go explore. But first, right outside this door, there's a sub-event. Yes, we're still doing these things. We're almost done with the... Well, we're not really almost done with this. We got a sub-quest here. He says, if I could just get my hands on one of those, my world-changing invention could be complete. You there. If you can track down something for me, I'll pay you very well for your efforts. How about it? So let's go ahead and accept his request. He says, the thing I'm looking for is Navi Metal. With it, I'll be able to complete the greatest invention the world has ever seen. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what it is. I can't risk tipping my hand to the competitors. Okay, so at this point in the game, you should have Navi Metal on you. At least one of them. We just need one to complete this. So if you talk to him again, he said, you did it! Now I'll be able to complete my invention. Since you've been instrumental to my success, I'll let you in on a little secret. My invention is... the Invention Inventor. With this machine, you will think independently in order to invent inventions without any human intervention. I'll pay you a reward just as soon as the Invention Inventor invents the first world-class invention. That was kind of a mouthful. He made an invention of an inventor that creates inventions. Okay. That's just really weird. But yes, we got that subquest done. We got some money for it. It's really not that much. We're here in this area is Telegraph Apartments. And as you, like any apartments, it's got an elevator here that will go on floors and whatnot. Now, if you come in here into room 306, you will find an old lady right here. I want you guys to remember this old lady because we're going to be coming back to this place for another sub-event here. Just remember that this room is here. I'm going to be kind of pointing that out. And if you look over here, there's another door you can come in here. And then there's going to be this guy right here. Remember where he's at. Later in the game, we'll be able to get subquests with these guys. I just wanted to point that out that there are sub-event areas here. So kind of just, our objective right now is to just go stroll among town. We're just going to go to take a stroll around town because we're in a new world. We kind of want to see the environment of the new world. We haven't even left the house yet, so we don't even know what Elympios looks like. But if you come up here on the first floor and look out on this dresser right here that's looking out the window, you'll find another mysterious jewel. This is, like I said before, one of the few remaining ones we have left.
Hey, you're using a Spyrix too.
You mean this?
Me and my grandma use them too.
Really?
My granddaughter and I both have a cardiovascular disease, and we've had medical Spyrixes implanted to help with them.
I bet it hurt really bad when you put it on, huh?
Yes, it did.
But you just have to bear the pain. 'Cause without Spyrix, we wouldn't be able to live normal lives.
I see.
You're so brave for being so young. Yeah, totally. My grandma always says that.
thanks to the advance in medical Spyrix technology, we've been able to overcome our illnesses. We'll never forget what Dr. Mathis did for us. May his soul rest in peace.
Mathis?
That's the same as your last name, Jude.
Dr. Mathis is the one who created my Spyrix. But he died in a boat accident a long time ago.
This whole time, I only saw Spyrix as harmful. I never considered it could actually help people.
This sub-event kind of tells you the reality of Spyrix. Well, yeah, Spyrix kills spirits to use them. They've also helped humankind in order to live their difficult lives. Like this little girl here wouldn't have been able to survive without Spyrix. So this kind of makes a little conundrum in a way. You got two forms of life using this device, Spyrix. It can help with humans, but it'll kill spirits. But anyways, if you come over here, come all the way to the top, or to the left here.
Did you hear they're planning to raise the Spyrix tax again? It's all because of that otherworld reactor plan thing, right? Honestly, what is the government doing? I'm sure everything will turn out fine on Rieze whatever without our help.
So you think we should just leave them be?
Hey, nobody said that. We should pay their people fair compensation and promise to help them with their development.
Pay them with what, though? Our tax money? It's not like we're any better off.
Well, you'd hope the government thinks of something instead of digging into our pockets. Either way, someone's got to figure out this energy crisis, or we'll all be gone in a few years.
Ugh, I can't even worry that far ahead. I've got my hands full just worrying about today.
I guess you can't make everyone happy.
Must be nice to be so self-absorbed.
That's just how people are.
I'd be much more scared of a society where people were afraid to speak their minds.
Yeah, that's true.
This sub-event was a first-parter. This is like Rumors in Olympios. We're going to be coming back into the same spot later in the game, and we're going to be finished.
The city is made of stone and metal.
This is the Olympian city of Triglyph. Welcome, visitors from Rieze Maxians.
But yes, welcome to Triglyph.
This lamp is casting
It
light
is really
without channeling spirits.
futuristic in a way.
Perhaps that cable is somehow conveying luminescent energy to that lamp.
How could they have possibly built a city this size without using spirit arts?
It's almost frightening.
I know, it
Everyone
looks
here seems to be
so
just
different
like
than
us.
Except for the part where
all
none
the
of
other
them can channel
places we've been
spirits.
to in this
It's
game.
a whole different world, but the people are just like us.
It looks to be that way.
Yeah, it really does look that way. But here, we have another skit here. It's called Cousin Balin. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
I can't stand to hear Balin prattle on like that.
Really? I find him quite interesting.
He's been that way since he was a kid. That's how I knew it was him right away.
He's strange, but he's really nice.
I know. Unlike me.
Nobody's saying that.
But watch yourself around him. He has quite a mean streak. Do something embarrassing and he won't ever forget it. He'll torment you with it till your dying day.
Like what?
If he told you half the dirt he had on me, I'd never be able to show my face around you again. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys seem really close.
Well, I guess we were friends before he got all cynical.
Oh,
What's that? You jealous?
absolutely not. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's family for you. They know the dirt on everybody. But yeah, Triglyph is a lot different than all the other places we visited. But anyways, if you come over here on this side of the apartment, you'll notice there's this old man right here with an exclamation mark. Let's go ahead and talk to him. He says, after working as a chef for over 60 years, I finally retired and left my restaurant to my son. But it's been a month now. I still find myself thinking about food all the time. Lately, I've been hearing exciting rumors about a new dish called a croquette parfait. I know, I'd love to try it, but I can't find it anywhere. Could you look for one for me? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this quest. Thank you for granting this old man his silly wish. Now that I'm retired, the one thing I have lots of is time. I'll be waiting here when you when you're ready. Honestly, at this point, you should have one in your inventory too if you look in the treasure chest. But you can buy one at the shop. So just give him a small parfait here. It says this is a crow egg parfait? I can never say that French words really well. This is a magnificent concept. What a fabulous invention. In every bite, I can taste the creator's years of hard work and passion in the art of cooking. I have been a fool. I should never have retired. A chef isn't truly a chef unless he dies in the kitchen. Thanks to you, I've remembered the passion that inspired my culinary ambitions in the first place. So we helped an old man realize that he loves his job. That's so nice. He gives you 11,000 gold, by the way, and that's really nice. He gives you another accessory, too.
This city sure is strange. Yeah, I feel like there's something missing.
There's no nature.
Indeed. I haven't spied a single blade of grass, let alone a tree.
Is it because they're using Spyrix?
More likely because there aren't any spirits.
Exactly. As the spirits became scarce, all signs of nature withered with them. Elympios is in its death throes.
So this world needs spirits.
What was that?
Alvin, what does that poster say?
Support the Otherworld reactor plan. They were probably put out by a union of Spyrix-using merchants.
It sounds like they're really dependent on Spyrix.
You look like a deep-pocketed lot. Help us pull the plug on the reactor plan.
Tell me, old-timer, why do you need donations to stop the plan?
Filing official protests with the government isn't free, you know.
Phew! Did you take a bath in booze today?
What's the deal with this doll?
Count me in. I want to stop the Otherworld reactor plan.
Jude, wait.
Thank you, lad. Thank you.
I wonder how Gaius intends to stop the plan.
With Muse's power at his disposal, they could show up on this side at any moment.
That's true.
No point in moping around on an empty stomach. Balin should have that food ready by now.
So our next objective is to go back to the apartments and talk to Balin to get some grub. But first we have a skit here. Alvin's Homecoming. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this one.
From the nature to the culture, everything on Elympios seems so different. This is your homeland, right, Alvin?
Yep. The source of the Spyrix you hate so much.
You don't sound too happy about it. Didn't you want to return here more than anything?
Well, I thought I did. I wonder why I wanted to return to this doomed world.
It is true that its spirits have withered and its plants and animals are disappearing. But Elympios isn't over yet.
The people here brought this upon themselves by using Spyrix. You aren't even the real Maxwell. Do you really intend to save humans like that?
Yes, this is a human problem. And as you know, I'm quite fond of humans. Whether I'm Maxwell or not is beside the point.
I see. Glad to hear it.
And with that, guys, I'm going to do a quick swap over to Mila's story. I've got a couple skits here that are exclusive to her story.
Hey,
Listen,
Mila.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Go ahead.
No, after you. Mine can wait.
Why is everyone behaving so strangely?
A lot happened after you went away. It helped us grow up a bit. But growing up certainly doesn't solve everything.
I bet Alvin feels the same way.
I see. You humans mature so quickly. Then again, what adult with an ounce of common sense would hunt down Maxwell and pick a fight with him?
Well, the lack of common sense part.
That's probably your influence, Mila.
How dare you? Did Jude and Leia have a fight with Alvin?
Why do you ask?
Intuition.
Your intuition is on the mark as ever. I only heard about it after the fact, though.
Alvin even tried to kill Jude, and he even shot Leia.
It didn't seem to be one of his typical betrayals. It was his actions that led to your apparent death. That must have been quite a shock to him.
That was probably true for Ivor, too.
They fought with Ivor, too?
We all did! He ran like a frightened bunny! We finished off Pressa and Agria, too!
Though that, too, was a painful conclusion for Alvin and Leia.
I see. Now I understand why everyone's changed so much.
All these skits kind of catch me up to snuff what happened in her absence in her story. So I wanted to show that off because that was there, and I know I didn't really, take time to read what the skits were, but I just wanted to show what those skits are. But anyways, now, after all said and done, before you go back to Balin, you can actually go and find other side quests. And you can also go to the item shops here. The item shops are right here, and the weapon shops are here too.
Ones we use in Rieze Maxia.
They're fundamentally the same. Get used to the cosmetic differences, and you'll be reading fluent Olympian.
Oh yeah, that's also another thing that they kind of point out is they do have different languages, but they're really similar to each other. But if you come down here, you'll find a port, and you'll find a guy right here that has an exclamation mark over his head. With all the talk of military action and energy crisis flying around lately, society's been falling apart. Around here, normal people who don't carry Spyrix weapons are known as the Shadows. Now there's a group of hooligans calling themselves Shadow Stalkers, who stalk and rob them. In response, I've decided to form a self-defense force and stalk the stalkers. So stalk, and stalk stalkers. So let's go ahead and accept that. I've tracked the Shadow Stalkers back in their hideout. It's on the Tobalian High Road near Triglyph. It's up to us to protect ourselves now. Let's go get him. So now we have a mission out on Tobalian High Road, which we'll be going to very soon, so keep that in mind that you have a quest for that. But here in the port, there's really not much here. I mean, the only thing that they have is an inn that's right here. You can't, use the port. I'll kind of blatantly put it, you can't use the port here, even though it is a port, in a sense. In all the other cities in the game, you can actually use the boats here to kind of travel between towns, even though I know very well that that's kind of silly because you have fast travel. Fast travel kind of alleviates that problem. The ports are kind of something you never use. But if you come all the way over here on the other side of the port, you'll find these two guys here with exclamation marks. So let's go ahead and talk to them. You idiots! You better not pull anything like this ever again! Come on, boss. There's no need to get so upset. I'm sorry I made that deal without telling you, but it did bring in a lot of profit. It's not a matter of profit, it's a matter of responsibility. Well, I take full responsibility for my actions. If you don't like them, you can go ahead and fire me. That's not taking responsibility. That's just hubris. Did you ever stop to think about how your decision affected the other employees? Well, we may be a small company, but I consider my employees and their families with every decision I make. They follow my instructions because they trust that I am aware of the responsibility towards them. If I allowed you to do whatever you wanted, that would destroy that trust. Sorry, I don't really get it. Yeah? Well, you'll understand someday. A day will come when you'll have to make a decision while having the burden of true responsibility. I don't get what they're talking about. Old people always get angry with younger people. Are they jealous of their youth? I can appreciate what the merchant is saying. Making decisions with full weight of responsibility behind them is an extraordinarily difficult thing to do. That's what you did on the battlefield, isn't it? Indeed, with people's very lives at stake. I can't even imagine how hard that must have been. And of course, with more than my share of doubt and regret. The most important thing, Jude, is to face your challenges head on. Right. So this kind of teaches you a very sentimental fact of life. It's just, you gotta make decisions. And a lot of decisions you make in your life have a lot of weight on them. It could affect two parties, and you have to hurt another party. And honestly, that's something that I have trouble with every day. We should go back to Balin's place. Don't go this way. That leads to the high road. We don't want to go that way. We want to go back up this way. Up the hill. Go back to Triglav Commentard. But yeah, that skit kind of tells you, teaches you about taking responsibility for your actions and your decisions you make in your life.
Heading out?
I'm off to Helioborg. I hear the results of some new Spyrix research just came in.
Oh, right. You did say you were an engineer. Well, hey, Balin buddy! Where's our chow?
I put together a real nice spread back in my apartment. Feel free to dig in.
Thank you so much!
If you don't mind me asking, where exactly did you find us?
Out past Helioborg, where I'm heading now. You were sprawled at the foot of the hill on the other side of the complex.
Thank you.
No problem. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
And with that, Balin went off to go and talk with, go to Helioborg Fortress. But we've also got a skit here. Codename Pressa. Let's go ahead and listen to this before I go on.
Alvin, was Pressa her real name?
No. It was her alias as an Azul spy.
You and Pressa were friends, right? When she fell, why didn't you call her by her real name?
'Cause I forgot it. I can't be expected to remember every little thing.
That's horrible! You really are a jerk!
Why lie about forgetting her name?
When Pressa was a kid, she was abandoned by her family. So she always hated the name they gave her.
So that's why you...
That's why nothing. When I couldn't grab her hand, I was everything they said and a whole lot worse.
And with that, well, we actually got a title here, Religious Skip Viewer. If you get this, you get a trophy. I can't remember the exact number. Actually, you don't get it. I don't think you get that. No, you do not. You get it for getting all the skits. I'm sorry. Around 300, I think, around somewhere around there. But anyways, we kind of listened to that skit and we found out that Alvin's really beating himself up for what happened with Pressa. Not only is he beating himself up for what he did to Leia, but also with Pressa.
So, what's everyone's plans from here on out? If we head to that spot Balin mentioned, we might be able to get back to Rieze Maxians.
Oh, I see. That's why you asked.
Although, I'm not planning to leave until I find a way to help both Rieze Maxians and Elympios.
Is there any way we can help?
Of course. I doubt I could figure things out alone. Just having you here would be a huge morale boost.
We mustn't underestimate the circumstance, though. We must contend with Spyrix devices, the Otherworld reactor plan, and even Gaius.
That's why you want us all to decide for ourselves.
Try to head back home or figure things out here, huh? Wow, that's tough.
I realized something once we landed on this side. We can't eliminate Spyrix from Elympios, but we still need to get rid of the schism. It's a real conundrum. I want to figure out what I can do about this.
Well, you know I won't agree to anything that hurts my own people.
But we need to find something to help the spirits as well.
I have something to say. If we can't eliminate Spyrix, then I will take the extra effort to watch over and protect the birth of new spirits, so their numbers stay intact.
But that means...
spirits are another part of nature's cycle, just like humans. I will find a way to support them both.
You sure about this?
I've thought long and hard about this. Jude, if you're convinced that we can't get rid of Spyrix, then I won't argue. But we can't waste time debating this. We need to head to Helioborg.
She's got a point. Any place working on Spyrix research is probably involved in the Otherworld reactor plan.
Can I get answers from everybody by the time we get there?
Okay.
Is my role to offer support, or is it to lead?
And now we know our next objective. We have to find a way to save the spirits and the Olympians. First, we have a skit here. Agria's parting blow. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
What should I have done? Leia's been really sad recently.
Is it about Agria?
She slapped Leia's hand away even though Leia was trying to save her. Why'd she have to be so cruel?
A little cruelty won't kill Leia. She must have struck some sort of nerve in Agria. Some part of herself that she just couldn't let go.
Why are you taking Agria's side?
I'm not taking her side. I just understand her is all. I know what it's like to get trapped in a prison of one's own design.
So what could we have done?
If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't have attacked you the way I did. But I do know one thing. Leia didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Alright. So now our next objective is to go to Helioborg Fortress. That is where Balin went. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the high road, the Tobalian high road that was mentioned just now. We're going to go over to the Helioborg Fortress. I keep checking these rooms to know if the sub events actually activate or not. I think it's after we leave the Helioborg Fortress. After we complete what we need to do at Helioborg, then we can come back and do that. But for right now, we need to go and we need to leave. So without further ado, at this point, I think it would be best if you go and like gear up, because it's been a while since you geared up. But anyways.
What's happening?
Helioborg is under attack!
What?
You should turn around and leave. It's not safe here. I just don't understand why anyone would attack the Spyrix Research Center. Who's behind the attack?
We have no idea. The attackers were using calculatrix without Spyrixes. How is that even possible?
What's that?
Spirit arts produced using Spyrixes. If the attackers didn't need them, I think we know who they are.
Sounds like Gaius is already making his move.
Let's go. I want to make sure Balin is safe.
So, now things have changed a little bit. We need to definitely go to Helioborg Fortress now. There's an attack there. But first, we have a skit here. Alien Encounters. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
It must be shocking for the Olympians to see us using arts without Spyrix.
Not so much shocking as terrifying. To us, it's as if you have supernatural powers.
But in a lot of ways, it's Spyrix technology that's more powerful.
People fear what they cannot understand. That's why we're so quick to discriminate against other races and cultures.
Alvin, were you scared when you first came to Rieze Maxia?
I was. The people seem like monsters to me.
And how do you feel now?
Now? You know. Some are good, some aren't.
I'm glad to hear that.
It sounds like young men from Elympios start out quite naive.
And old men are condescending no matter which world they come from.
And we have another one here. A long way home. Let's go ahead and listen to this one too.
So how far is Elympios from Rieze Maxia? It really isn't about distance. They're, like, separated by an impassable wall. Oh, I know. Rieze Maxia and Elympios are about as far apart from each other as men and women are. An impassable wall? Does that mean we can never go home? I won't be able to see Drusilla again? That's horrible. No, it'll be okay. After all, we're all together. You have Mila, Jude, Rowan, and even Alvin. You know they'll figure something out. That's true.
You're here too, Leia.
Yeah, but it's not like I'll be any help. That isn't true. When you're here, everyone's happier.
Let's all go back to Rieze Maxia together.
Okay, it's a promise.
That one's kind of a nice skit, but it also kind of opens your eyes. It's just like, oh yeah, how are we gonna get home? They are separated by an impassable wall. Well, how in the world are they gonna get home? But anyways, before we leave, this is Tobalian High Road. It's a desert wasteland, but we're not going there yet. If we come back after we leave, come back to the middle of the square here, we're going to be activating another sub-event.
So this entire city is powered by Spyrix.
Yep. This world turns by stealing energy from spirits. Elympios has been doing that since ancient times. That's why it's rich in spirit fossils and little else.
How can everyone be so calm about killing spirits? With so many spirits gone, even nature is starting to disappear.
Olympians don't know that spirits create nature, or even that they're alive to begin with. All they know is that their primary energy source is drying up.
Yet they're not doing anything about it.
We've progressed this far by relying on Spyrix. We can't remake our society overnight. Could you immediately stop using spirit arts if someone told you to?
No, I don't think we could. Rieze Maxia couldn't exist without humans and spirits working together to cast spirit arts.
Symbiotic coexistence, huh? Must be nice. Maybe we mana-lobless Olympians are simply destined for extinction.
I do suspect that was the destiny Maxwell originally had in mind, but I have no intention of adhering to Destiny's plans.
I envy your strength.
If you have time for envy, you have time to act. With your actions, this situation can change.
Change the entire world, huh? That's not really my style, but maybe just this once.
And that sub-event kind of makes you realize our own problems in the world. With the dependence of fossil fuels and stuff like that, you can kind of take a little gander at what's going on with the Olympians, with their primary source of the spirits being dried up in a way. And you can kind of relate it to our problem with fossil fuels. I know I'm kind of going into a little political speech here, but, I mean, fossil fuels in the sense of, you know, gas, oil, and stuff like that. I mean, eventually, if we keep using it, it's going to go up. It's going to dry up, and we're not going to have any more. So, yeah, we got to do something to find out a different energy source in a way. But, anyways, I'm leveling up right now because I got a lot of levels from the Maxwell fight, and I didn't, you know, use. So, we're going to go ahead and level them up here. And, honestly, this episode kind of made you really think about the other side of things. How are the Olympians, you know, taking this? Are they really that evil in a way? And it makes you kind of wake up. At this point in the game, it kind of makes you realize it's like, no, they're just like us. They're human beings. We should find a way to support both lives. We should find a way to support both ways of living and everything. And that's one thing I really like about this game, is now we're trying to find a way to support both ways of life. We started out with two heroes, where two nations fought, and then now two worlds fighting. Now we have to find a way to bring these two worlds together. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Xillia. I'll see you guys later.